Well, don't sit down yet. We're going to stand and have the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, this is a special meeting of Town Council. We have 5 items for business. 2 of them, you don't have to close that. This is open meeting.
Just usually thought if you wanted to open it up.
Yeah, I probably should.
Yeah.
In case somebody comes.
Okay.
Let's see, Marvin has 2 items. The deputy in the car, Mr. Downey has 2 items. And I have 1 item on the floor structure. So Marvin, if you can start.
Okay. That'll keep it real fast. This was on the fourth quarter credit.
I did shop around for a better rate on Fort Motor credit, and I really did not find a better deal. This is pretty standard, pretty much what everybody else is APR and the payment plan was. Well, yeah, we need to approve the financing, so I can sign the contract. So the first question is, do you want to put it on 24, 36, or 48 months? It is through Fort Motor credit. So that would be the, and then also then to authorize me to sign this signature for the town. That would be the 2 motions that we would need, or 1 motion that we need. 24, 36, or 48 months.
What we usually have, how many months do we have?
36 or 48, the one that we're still paying on, they've been on 48.
We've always done 36, and somehow that 11 got thrown on 48. You don't really want to do that.
I make a motion to go with the option B, the 36 months.
36 month, 814.69 and 5.15 APR. Okay, and what about, you want to add to that motion that I can act as signatory for the county?
Yeah.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carried. And Marvin, you have the equipment cost. What do you got here?
Look that over. If you have questions, there's copies behind that front page. Kind of more of a breakdown of what it is. So if you have questions, just let me know. I try to keep it as simple as possible, but yet I'm trying to explain some of the technical stuff.
The stuff that doesn't include, is that coming out of another car or something where I got, or?
The equipment we have that deal for. The only thing I am able to use is the entire console. Because the 800 doesn't change, it's still 800 papers, radio, the console, the computer stand, all that. I'm able to pull that right out and swap those out, so we don't need any of that. That saves a lot of money. It doesn't include a radar, but I have, I've got a handheld. That's good for now. I think I'm gonna look into getting a grant next year to try and get some of that stuff.
I think next year we'd be okay back with the RAMC grants.
Yeah.
Right now we're kind of tapping.
And the labor was a little bit more than what I was kind of planning on. But with the newer vehicles, the electronics are a lot more different. Hard to work on. When they do the installing these vehicles, just so you understand, they strip out the interior, they take the seats out, the carpet, the headliner. They run all the wiring, everything back in. It's a lot of work.
is a Bulldog security remote. What is it?
Where you at on that?
Next to the last, automated weapon security. I'm just curious. Electric opening. Oh, that's your gun. That's for your gun.
Oh, the gun vault, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Mooresville uses those because in an SUV versus a car, you'll have a trunk. It's not secure. You go right to the back seat, you got all your ammo and guns, etc. And with me being on SWAT, I have a Class A weapon. Class 3, actually.
Okay. Any questions for Marvin on any of this material? Chad? Okay, is there a motion to proceed to purchase the equipment?
I'll make a motion to get the equipment.
I'll second.
Okay, discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay, we have one other item. We did interview a candidate for part-time deputy. Is there council? Does council wish to take action at this time?
Yeah, I make a motion to require,
Swank.
Ryan Swank.
I'll second that.
And you, to work 20 hours a week as scheduled at the discretion of the town marshal.
20 hours a week.
And it would be paid what hourly rate?
It's 15, wasn't it?
15 hour, yes.
Okay.
15 an hour, 20 hours.
Who was that again? Who were you hiring?
Ryan Swank.
Ryan Swank from the Sheriff's Department?
Uh-huh.
He knows
Keith is on.
He's on. Okay, so there's a motion and a second. Other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, you can call Mr. Swank when we get out here this
Oh,
evening.
so they got it.
I think that's your stuff, okay? Mr. Downey. You have down here a water cleaning
Water,
bid.
yes, and I did not get a chance to make copies.
This is for the grant.
Yes.
The grant's requested
First one.
this.
Is what it's going to cost per well to inspect, which is suggested through Westward. Of course, we always use Bassett, which is a local well, reputable company. Can be $410 per well. And they noted, Dalen from Western noted that he would definitely like well 4 Cameron, but he does suggest that we check all 4 of them in terms of the checks, that we goes down and checks for hits or any buildings that we have to do, for in the future. And that would be $600 per well. So we could, but he definitely said well 4. I would definitely suggest that we definitely inspect all 4 wells at the $410 per well. And if you choose just to do well 4 for now, for the 600, or pick a couple of wells to be determined by maybe us and Westward, or how you want to do that, or just one well, or what do you want to do with it?
Well, when Baston does their inspection, when they do their inspection, would they have a recommendation on whether or not that should be on, that we look at with the camera, or?
Well,
What else is there? Yeah, okay. Because I know.
they don't
we-
really know, I mean, on that aspect of it, because that's why the camera is involved in it. They just check like the pressure and pounds.
We have to do the inspection for the grant.
Yes, I mean, that's a given, yes, that's definitely a given. But while we're on the subject, I mean, while we're
Yeah.
applying for the grant, the money, I mean,
What's the worst one, or something worse?
he just, I don't know why he picked 4, of course, 4 has been
Or is the
online.
one that's been offline? Yeah, it's the one that has been offline for so long.
And yeah, it's for our newest well. Other than plumbing, they moved the one over here, they moved it up above ground, but it's, yeah. So I can get a little bit more detail on this from him. I mean, we don't have to decide on this one tonight, but I would like the crew to get these, at least the inspection going on. All 4 of
You
you.
know what, that might save money in the long run, if they see something that's
Yeah. not 100% sure why, it is a nose well. But we do need a motion to inspect the 4 wells and probably camera the one, because that was their, I think they wanted that report to go with the grant too.
I'll make a motion that we inspect 4 wells and camera number 4.
What's the dollar amount?
600, well, it's 410 per well to inspect.
Okay.
And it would be 600 per well to camera, but they're only talking about a camera.
So that's what your motion is, to inspect all 4 at 410 and the camera one at 600.
Okay, so motion, is there a second? I'll second it. Okay. Discussion?
Or should we do all 4 of them camera?
Well, the only thing that I'm thinking is if they get there, well, I mean, if they have to come back, they have to come back, right?
Well,
We know.
The other option would be to give to Jeff discretion to make that decision, authorize the additional 600 to be spent on each of the other wells, and if he decides based on the circumstances at the time, he can go ahead and authorize it with your prior approval.
Do you know when, do you feel comfortable with that? Do you know when West?
Yeah, because I mean, this
Yeah.
is just something that's no benefit to me personally or anything like that, so yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable because.
Yeah.
Right.
But
You might
the,
have that authority anyway, I don't know.
well, the thing, yeah, I do know that number 4 does need to, because of the question and the grant, they need that answer. So that was the only way to get that answer, but you want to change your motion to
Yeah,
give us discretion?
suggest discretion.
On the camera, on the camera.
Yeah, the camera,
Definitely
the
do
3.
all the,
Yeah, no, we have.
all 4 inspections.
Yeah, we have inspections.
And definitely do well 4 on the camera. Okay.
Walter will second that amended motion.
Yeah, Walter did. So let's, probably no further discussion. So question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, pose same sign.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just thought of something on the hiring of Ryan Swain. Does our salary ordinance have a line item for it? Probably does.
We'll have to redo it.
So we'll need to amend the salary ordinance. We can do that and act on it at the next meeting, but we need to remember to amend the salary ordinance to add that position and appropriate the money for that salary.
I thought we had we didn't have
Well, I don't know, we just need to check.
We have 18,000 before a,
reserve for a part-time.
What would be for reserve? We'll pay that.
For part-time deputy, we have 18.
I thought there had been something, we just want to make sure we get it right, and I thought of it after you had approved it.
Well, you can just bring
I
it.
carry, I can't remember.
Let's check and just make sure.
Okay.
If we need to do something, we'll do it.
And actually, one more quick question, I'm sorry, when did you want to start him? Do you want to wait till the first next month, or?
I think you can start any time. What do you guys think? Whenever you want, he can, when he can. Mr. Downey, you have one other item, right? Or you wait until next month? First of the month.
Well, I just want you to try to get it into your head, because I don't know that. And I would like someone of the board, and I suggest Chad, because he's familiar with it, but familiar with Trafalgar sulfide. Okay. I've got 2 different prices for the barn itself. Now, that is not counting $6,100, well, we bought around $6,100, $6,200 of salt last year. The bags were included in that. We ended up buying 19.82 of the salt from lot tons at $2.45 a ton. That was at the peak. Right now, they're at $1.25 a ton. We're too late, I believe, to get in on state bid, but I can't, just so you know, and that's where he's holding right now. Who knows the way the winter's going, but I can't go ahead and earmark a certain tonnage yet because we don't have a place to store it. So and that's partly, I mean, that's nothing you guys can do right tonight because we don't have a final figure on it. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Because the fire was talking about, which I think they were going to order about 90 tons because they're expecting a bad winter. We used about 15 ton last year, but we were very conservative, and that was just on the spread. That's not what we used in that, and I think we bought like 3 skids of. So, but he's talking about, him and I talked too, that cutting back to maybe around 50 because of the pricing.
I read where it was down.
Yeah. So we're going to have that hit for the barn, and whatever, when we get the barn, whatever prices come up. I assume they would hold that for us, because they usually will hold some of this tonnage for you. You got to pay up front, but you got to pay up front, they'll go ahead and hold it for you until we get the barn going. So,
The bigger one would hold us all in the skid loader inside it.
yeah, I don't want to keep skid loader in there all the time, obviously.
No,
That's all, I mean, but yeah, when we're doing it, yeah, during the season, yes. Yeah, that way it'd be under roof too, and we wouldn't have to worry about it. So I can wait till next month, or you can give me your permission to earmark so many tons for now.
I said, we go ahead and try and get some fall.
And there was actually Indiana Association of Cities and Town bulletin, their monthly, and I didn't read it, but I saw one of the headline articles was the price of salt going up.
Oh, yeah.
So probably striking sooner rather than later, may catch it at a better
It was
price.
like a 75% increase, I believe, in what I read.
Yeah, it's like, better on commodities right now, what do you do?
It is a commodity.
The state bid was actually around $86, $87, but we did not get paperwork on it. I'm still trying to see if I can get in on some of that bid. And I gave the information, I researched that and gave that information to the driver also. So we're trying, but I think some towns, well, I understand, have no success because it's over, because everything was already in the hat.
How many times do you need to buy?
Well, based on using, last year, using conservatively 15. And I haven't figured the final figure. We have a little bit of a balance left still in the project farm. But I would say this is 15 or 20. I mean, that's my thoughts. What's your guys' thoughts?
It doesn't go bad.
Huh?
It doesn't go bad.
No.
Get to 20, most of 20 time out.
Does anybody guess? I mean, who knows? If they were gonna have that.
Well, if we go ahead and purchase, they're gonna just hold it, right?
We have to pay for it, but
Yeah.
do I understand that they will hold us on it?
What do you think? What do you
The
think?
very bit was cheaper.
Go ahead and get it earmarked all we can. Is there, you made the motion, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried.
What was the price? Did you have prices on the top of the barn?
Oh, yes, I do.
This is a proposal from People's Bank on a loan for the floor structure. Let's see that, Jeff. This loan amount, general terms, loan amount up to $65,000, maturity 5 year. Loan interest rate is 4%, would be 6%, but since we are tax exempt, it goes to 4%. Repayment, paid monthly payments, principal and interest, and also 5 years without a prepayment penalty. The security is the accounts payable of the wastewater utility fund, fee, underwriting fee of $250, which is normal. Other fees associated by a resource service of $3. This next category are new deposit account. I talked to him today, and they're not going to require that. Other documentation and financial reporting satisfactory to the state bank, and we appreciate the opportunity. So, any questions on the loan for the floor structure, repair and replacement and all that? $65,000 was the bid for SSI, and that was the low bid when we opened bids.
What's our payment?
Yeah, I'll have to do that. We still have some paperwork to finish, I've got to send in the budget. But one of the things that they have to have in order to complete the transaction is to appear in the minutes. So if we act on it tonight, it's in the November minutes, or in the minutes, and then we sign them on November, whatever that, or October 6th meeting, then we can close right away, otherwise we have to wait until it's in the minutes.
I'll make a motion to move forward with this one.
At the 4% interest, $65,000.
You're right, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But I think that the bank would like minutes like this, and just for good record keeping, to
Yes.
say that to proceed with the loan through People's State Bank pursuant to the September 16, 2014 offer, with the exception of the new deposit account. Then we can refer to this as the terms of what we're approving, and that everybody's, we just got something to refer to that documents what the deal is. So,
This is your proposal. So you want to make a motion to say that?
Yes.
Okay, is there a second? There's a second. Is there a discussion? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, that one's done.
and I might say on this little structure too, I have communicated with SSI. They need to provide the E-Verify affidavit and the no investment with Iran certification. I've asked for that. But then we switched engineers in this process, and I'm kind of making sure that everything's getting done because we don't have the same engineers seeing us through. And I went back and looked at the request for quotes today. They also are required to provide us with a performance bond. So I sent an email late in the day today asking for that to be provided too, and for them to provide us with a certificate of insurance. So once we have those three things, we'll really kind of have the contract formed, and then we're just going to run it, but then we can get on with it. I also have not gotten Wallace Construction on paving. Open bids, and I've got to call in, and open bids, word the contract to them is the lowest, send them the notice of award, and ask the contract and bonds and certificate and everything be back, and said they've never heard a thing from them. Called them on a Friday, they acted like, they said they hadn't gotten anything. I mailed them the same packet from here and from Princess Lakes to the same address that they verified as the right address. Somebody from there came up Friday to my office and picked up the same thing that I had mailed to them about 10 days earlier. Brought it back in today with the contract signed, but the bonds aren't in there. So I called today. Richard Wallace, who signed it, who's the owner or something, was again late today, still wasn't available, but they got a great big note on his desk to call first thing in the morning. So I guess I think everything's fine, but I guess I'm telling you this because if something unravels on this, I don't want to withhold from you the sequence of events as they're unfolding, but I anticipate tomorrow getting an answer that, yeah, the bonds are on their way, or, we're waiting to get them, but we're intending to do it, we're ready to get started. Jeff then be tell me when you want to issue a notice to proceed, so we know when we're going to have it start. This isn't the first time they've done this. Wallace has been around. I think they're good.
Yeah, they were, actually, they're, yes, very.
Well, but, you ask them 7 days, and it doesn't mean anything to them.
I talked to one of the, it's not going south, because I talked to one of the supervisors today. I haven't run into it because they ended up, and I seen passing through because they're doing another job somewhere, and said, hey, we got that job, didn't we? I said, yeah. Okay. I said, make sure we get a heads up notice in time before you're ready to start, because we're going to shave that hill down.
Well, they're more concerned about paving than they are regular work, and I get that.
Roger Duff's kind of his main,
Well, that's what
Dickey's main grip, which is Richard.
that's who everything went to. So, anyway, okay.
I
just wanted to bring you up to speed on it, that's all.
And on that note, not paving, but before that, banks. We got approval, and we need to make sure we leave everything's jived, because I'm going to put it in next week. The clock has been approved to put at the First Merchants. They've already actually got on the stake and tore down their sign. And they want us to put our clock up first, and they're going to design their clock around our sign. Not around our sign, but so I didn't know what kind of.
I don't believe anything. Well, I'll verify that.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Still within I believe it's still within the right.
I do too, so I don't know that we care anything.
Other than we're using their electricity.
Right, and we may want to document that. They don't care, and it's going to pull 3 amps or something like that, but we maybe want to document that.
One other item that I have, Westler is ready or would like to have our public hearing for the planning grant on water and wastewater on Monday, October 20th, and they needed to know a time. Would you be on that day? That's probably an issue, probably. October 20th. The earlier we can make it, the better for them. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever we can do. Would you ready? 4 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. I am too. You could bring me around 4 o'clock. And I think that, boy, this is quite a detail. I was surprised. I mean, I don't know about you, but it is thick and the detail, and I think we'll all have copies probably at least a week prior to, so we can review them. And Steve Brock has talked to us about money. Have you heard from him on your URT report?
He just said that yesterday, he hadn't got the information yet when I contacted him. And I mentioned it to Sharon, and she said that she would get it to him, so.
But aren't you the one that's supposed to be doing that?
She has to pull it from utilities, from the utility
Oh,
program.
you can't pull anything, you can't run with utilities.
Well, yes, I can, but she said that she would do it.
So she's going to do for 2013
and 2014. And she's, I think she got it changed because we couldn't, she had faxed to me and problem with attachments, so.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, that's one thing, that and then have you been able to work with Lisa or anything on the discrepancies on the water?
I called the Indiana Department of Revenue, and first of all, I talked to Steve Brock, and he looked at what I showed him what I do, and he said that it was correct, that I was doing it correctly, and figured out at 7%. And so then I called the Indiana, we picked out the 4 that there was a question about in 2013. they don't tell you, there was an overpayment, and so she told me what to do. I filled out the forms today and asked for the money back. They just hold the money. And they don't
Yeah,
apply
you
it.
don't ask for it.
And they don't apply it to next year, next whatever. So I did get all that taken care of.
So we did overpay on those taxes.
Just those 2
Those
months,
two,
yeah.
the 14 and the 16. And, okay, and so then she said, so get the others, the back report and the back quarterlies paid and,
Yes.
okay. And Steve's helping.
Yeah, he said he would get with me and he would come down and he would show me how to do
Yeah.
it and everything.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, that's very good. Okay. Anything else?
I have one question I asked. We talked about, where are we going to take, I assume we're going to have repayments or 4 payments coming
Oh, on the car.
on the vehicle, so do we want to just take it out of that unappropriated 15,000 that?
Oh, you mean for this year, right?
Yes.
That miscellaneous for this year?
Mhm. Okay, I just.
Because we haven't, yeah.
What about the equipment?
The equipment, we probably could take out of public safety,
Okay,
since it is public safety.
okay.
Anything else? Anything else? Missy? Public comment? Okay, motion to adjourn?